Hello everyone. Do you put a lot of data in an Excel file like I did? As the data increases, it becomes troublesome to find the data, switching worksheets. This Excel file will require a table of contents to display all the worksheets. And can come and go as you please. Increased productivity. How to make such a catalog? Be sure to see the end of the video. Add a new worksheet. You can choose to right-click on the Sheet tab and click Insert. You can also press Insert in Home, select Insert Sheet. To the formula. Define name. Name enter sheet list. Refer to enter equals get.workbook 1. This Excel Markov function can return a list of all worksheets. Why it's called Markov function, those who are interested can search for it themselves. How do we take out the data from this name define? Use the index function. The first parameter enters sheet list. The second parameter uses rows to return row value. In fact, it is to produce a sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember to lock the parameter of rows at the first cell. Pull down the formula to display the list of worksheets. If you're using Microsoft 365 or Office 2021, since it supports dynamic arrays, you can enter equals sheet list directly in the cell. We cannot read such an arrangement. Transpose data using transpose. Then you can see the full list of worksheets. The next step is to organize the contents of this list. Remove the file name part. It doesn't matter what the name of this file is. After the close bracket is the worksheet name. Use find to find the position of the close bracket. After finding this position, there are several ways to split a string. You can use mid functions. How many characters from the position of the close bracket? The third parameter is 255 because the maximum length of the worksheet name is 255. Make a correction here. Pull the formula down. The worksheet names are separated. You can also copy formulas directly next to the dynamic array. Confirm that the content of the formula is the position of the dynamic array. Or the right function. Gets the total length of the string minus the position of the close bracket. Even use the replace function. Replaces a segment of the string with a blank space. Either method can achieve the same goal. I chose mid for the next step. Copy the formula inside the cell to Notepad. Replace Alt A2 in the formula with get.workbook 1. Copying to Notepad is only convenient for explanation, and you can also modify it in the Name Manager. Copy this modified formula. Go back to the Name Manager. Replace as formulas and refer to. You will see that the originally loaded worksheet list has been changed to simply worksheet name. The column just used to divide the data can be deleted. Try changing the worksheet name to index. However, the worksheet list has not been updated. Go back to Name Manager and add variable function to the original formula. Volatile function will force Excel to recalculate after the content changes. This way, when the worksheet changes, the worksheet names are separated. Now you can start creating each worksheet link. Use the hyperlink function. # represents a link within a file. Take single quote. Put the worksheet name in quote. Plus single quote. Then the exclamation point. Adding A1 after it means linking to the A1 cell of the worksheet. After changing the worksheet name to and link, it becomes a formula. The second parameter can be entered into Godot sheet. Or use the worksheet name of A2. Copy the link below. Copying cells behind a dynamic array is equally possible. You can then test whether the link is correct. Dynamic arrays provide a complete list of worksheets. Cells using the index formula must be manually dragged to adjust the number of columns. Drag the cell formula down beyond the list length to display it in the future if you add the worksheet. Obviously, an error occurs when you go beyond the scope of the manifest. At this time, you need to add if error to correct. Causes cells that exceed the length of the worksheet list to appear blank. Although the manifest part has been fixed, the hyperlink section still has errors. We add an if. If the list value is not blank, then the link is displayed, otherwise, empty is displayed. Apply the modified formula to all formulas. And copy the hyperlink part to the dynamic array. In the case of a longer and longer list, splitting panes is easier to do. Divide the pane into upper and lower sections. If the index formula is used, then the current list length value should be hinted at. Select the formula. Name Manager. Click Add New. Name Input Sheet Count. Refer to input equals get.workbook 4. Enter equals sheet count in the cell. Since this callback value is only a single value, no other formula assistance is required. The total number of worksheets is shown here. Contains the index worksheet. You can adjust the number of data pens you want to display or other numerical meanings you want. I don't change it and let it prompt me which column to drag the formula to. Test the functionality. Copy these worksheets. Less Control key. Reselect the worksheet. Drag a worksheet and hold down the Control key to copy the worksheet. Go back to Index. Dynamic arrays are still a complete list. The number of worksheets above is displayed correctly. However, the index section and hyperlink still have to be dragged manually. Find the worksheets you just copied and delete them. The number of worksheets above is not updated. Back to the Name Manager, append volatile function with sheet count. Test again. This is cumbersome to go back and forth between worksheets. You can go from index to individual worksheets, but from worksheets back to index you can only use the tabs below. You need to establish a link to return index in each worksheet. Make a link that can go back to index A1. Press this link and the cursor will jump to A1. Copy this cell. Select the second worksheet. Hold down the Control key and click right to quickly jump to the last worksheet. Hold down the Shift key and select the last worksheet. You can select a worksheet other than index. Click A1 and paste the link back to index. This allows you to link back to each worksheet. Test these links. In this way, you can link back and forth between each worksheet. Select the data worksheet again. Color the placement of these links. Adjust the column width, by the way. You can see that each worksheet in the screen has the same link and style in the same position. The link of the index page is also colored. Although there are two ways to read a worksheet list, the rest of the operations are the same. And it only needs to be done once. I prefer to use the index way to deal with both ways. It can be applied to all versions of Excel, not limited to versions above Microsoft 365. Due to the use of the get.workbook macro function. When filing, the XLSM format must be selected. Otherwise, when you open the file again, the settings in the name manager will completely disappear. And enable Excel 4.0 Marcos when VBA Marcos are enables in the Trust Center. When opening the file again, it will prompt whether to enable content. Press Enable Content, and the macro will start. This should work fine.